Nah, my bad. I had to. Something was going on with my mic for a couple of seconds, so I had to double check something real quick. I think everything's going on. Things working out now. Glad that you two can make it, Ori and Ren. uh, cool. Things are kind of going okay. Is my volume fine? It's not too low or too high. It's probably something that I should change if necessary. But I guess with this, finally everybody that's a part of Locky Nation has finally officially debuted. Holy crap. It took a lot longer than I expected. Did not expect to get sick at such an awkward period of time. But seeing that everything's kind of working out as of right now, glad to see at least some people showed up. Not a ton of people, but I'll build things up. I'm fine. I'm just happy that there at least the people that are here are faces, names, stuff, people that I recognize. Oh, glad to see that Plum made it too. Hey. Okay. Yeah, I am Cyrus Apricot, the fourth member, I guess at the very least the fourth to debut member of Locky Nation. Unsure. Actually, I might as well be the fourth member, huh, at this point. Glad to meet everyone. And I guess we'll start simple introductions from here on out. As of right now, I am 21 years old, and I am fully human. I don't think there's particularly anything special on that standpoint. I am 174 centimeters, which is approximately 5'8". Slightly taller than that. I don't think it matters too much. I think that the only real thing to note is I believe I'm the tallest member of the Locky Nation project. I'll have to double check that, as unfortunately I did not manage to look through everybody's height relatively recently. Oh, hello, more people. How nice. Yes, he's shorter, but not by that much. I actually don't know Ren's exact height, to be completely honest. We vaguely touched on the topic, and we didn't really talk much after that. Let's just say communication among the members of Locky Nation could be way better than it has been. Yeah, Haru is probably the shortest out of all four of us, though I don't think that is surprising. He's not. I guess you wouldn't expect like a 6-foot beast from Haru at all. Everyone's just above the torso. Yeah. We are all just upper body as of right now. Hopefully things will change in the future. Definitely, most definitely. There are reasons for this. Reasons that I cannot say, but there are reasons for this. Yeah, 6-foot Haru. That would be something else, huh? That man would be able to bench press me, and that would be kind of cool, actually. Not gonna lie. So, as for my current job or profession, I guess the only thing that you need to know about that is I'm just an apprentice of the embodiments or slash incarnation slash god, whatever the heck, whatever word works for you, of summer. Everything outside of that is not quite necessary, I would say. Who knows? I can't give you everything about myself. We'll get to know each other over time. That's for certain. And hopefully I am not a disappointment to anybody. Sad. Okay. On to languages. So I'm an English native speaker, so I can speak English kind of fluently. And by kind of, I mean I sometimes forget words a lot of the time, and gibberish comes out of my mouth in order as a replacement for thus words. And I stutter sometimes, but hopefully that'll kind of fix itself over time. Are you going to become God eventually? It depends. If Summer at all gets disappointed in me, then he'll smite me, which I don't want that to happen. Or maybe he won't smite me, but at the very least things won't work out the way that I want it to. I don't know what Summer's expectations of me are, to be completely honest. But at the very least, if everything kind of pans out in a positive direction, then eventually, yeah, I will kind of become the incarnation of Summer, slash God, slash deity, slash whatever. Oh, hey Haru, how you doing? Glad to see that there's at least 3 members here. Especially since I don't think any of us have really talked much since, like, November. Yeah, we should probably communicate a little bit more, huh? I do know, I have a working knowledge of Japanese. Not anything too crazy or special, but I can probably get by if I get dropped in Japan and I won't, you know, just fall down to the ground and in fetal position and just kind of die very slowly. Although I don't think normal natives don't really work for much. And I can speak some Konglish, which if you don't know much about is mostly just Korean, English combined. Can I speak Korean? The answer is no, I cannot. I cannot do that very well, but I can speak a mean Konglish at the very least. Play the song for the stream? Oh, no, that's not, I told you, that's not ready. I'll get down to finishing that at some point, and I'll talk more about that later. As of right now, there's not going to be too much content in this video outside of talking about myself. Kind of talking to myself too, actually, and chat, I suppose. Okay. So as for everybody in Lucky Nation, I'll talk about the song. Actually, I could probably do that now. I believe I have the artist's Twitter handle in the description. Goes by Safu, I believe, and the song itself. Have fun with thumbnails. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get really lazy with those over time, but I'll do my best. My artistic talent isn't that great, but I could probably put stuff together that don't make your eyes bleed at the very least. Yeah, so the artist of this song is called Safu, and the song itself is called Little More. It's under free BGM. I really liked the song when I was kind of searching through stuff. When I heard it, I was like, I kind of want to use this. As for whether or not this is going to be like, I'm going to use this exclusively, well, we'll kind of see how things go from there, to be completely honest. I'm not completely sure on everything yet, as I kind of scrapped everything together very, 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 very quickly. So some things are not as clean as I would like them to be, but over time I'll start adding more assets, make things a little bit more prettier, and hopefully I'll look like an actual streamer. But until then, you'll have to deal with all of this. Alrighty, I believe that we're good, for this page anyways. As for Mama and Papa, our mother is our manager. Everybody in Lucky Nation has the same mother, and my father, I found him on Fiverr. I paid him some money, and then he told me he would be my father, so you know, that'd be pretty cool. I guess that kind of worked out. Why do you wear your jacket like that? So normally I don't. I'll just put this straight up. I hate bundling up. Every single extra layer that I have to add to keep myself warm makes me want to die a little on the inside. It's why I hate cold and winter in general, and I much prefer wearing less. And by that, I don't mean shirtless. I'm much more interested in wearing short sleeves and shorts, or even... yeah. But I'm much more comfortable wearing less clothes than more. And, but I also recognize that sometimes things can get very, very cold. However, I do not like wearing extra layers. So sometimes I either tie it around my waist or put it around my arms. And since I'm sitting down and having a jacket or a shirt tied around my waist is kind of uncomfortable from there, I just kind of let it rest behind me around my arms. It's not that big of a deal. It's something that you kind of get used to over time. Bundling is cozy. I've heard that argument, and while I do agree to some degree, I personally don't like bundling up. I just feel all, like, when I bundle up, regardless of how warm I feel, I just kind of feel all sweaty and icky, and it feels weird. I'm okay with it if necessary. I will bundle up if necessary, but anything more than that, you're asking a little bit too much for me. I think, or at the very least, what I currently have is fine. Usually I wear short sleeve shirts, not tank tops, but I figured in this case it might be best to wear a tank top. Becoming a flipping burrito. I cannot do that. I'm sorry. That's for you. I cannot do that. I apologize for that. I much prefer kind of flopping on my bed, arms and legs outstretched, with the blanket on the floor and nothing else. Sometimes shirtless, sometimes not. Depends on how I feel in the day. Alright, enough on that. Although I'm glad to see that there's somebody that somewhat agrees with me. There are ton of people that prefer to bundle up over wearing less. And so, thank you, Vanya, for giving me some confirmation on my decisions. Back to what I have to present here. Likes. I like food in general. I don't know if that's to the point where I could call myself a foodie or a glutton. Definitely not a glutton. I don't eat a ton, actually. Actually, I only eat, like, 2 meals a day? 1 meal a day? 1.5. That's about it. But I can eat a lot if I want to, and food is great. I freaking love food. Go-tos for me are always, like, gourmet sandwiches. So even though, like, Panera Bread and, like, cafe sandwiches are really freaking expensive, if I feel like I want to splurge, I will buy one, because I love my avocado sandwiches. I'm gonna leave it at that. Of course, I love Asian food also in general, so Korean, Chinese, Japanese food, Philadelphia. I was about to say Philadelphia. What the heck is wrong with me? We're gonna move on from that. But I do really like eating all sorts of different kinds of food, and there aren't many foods that I can say for certain that I do not like, except for one, and you could probably see it in my dislikes list already if you're looking ahead a little bit, but we're not on that yet. I'm still on my likes as of right now. In my free time, or not exactly hobby, or this ties into hobbies as well, but I do like reading real normal books too, but I also really like reading manga and light novels and web novels, or as, you know, some people call them, trashy web novels. And they can be pretty trashy, but you know, there's some that are pretty good. At least I think that they're pretty good. But I'm a very entertainable person. I get entertained very easily off the simplest things. So sometimes web novels that aren't so great, that people say aren't that great, I can read it and I'll just be like, this is written badly. Got some favorite manga or novels? As for manga, you see, I'm the type of person that reads a lot, so I have a lot in my lists of stuff that I'm currently reading and stuff that I've finished. And it's very, very difficult for me to sit down and think about favorites, about anything really. Like favorite food, favorite manga, novel, anything. I can't do it because as soon as I think of, oh, that's pretty good, I think of another thing that's like, oh, that's pretty good too. And I think of something else and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good too. I can mention some stuff that I'm currently reading though. I think Kaguya is pretty good. Yeah, Kaguya. I think Kaguya is pretty good. I've been reading that. I've been up to date for that for some time. Soso no Friran is a pretty good manga. Lots of interesting topics in it. It's really, really cool though. What else is there? I feel like a lot of the manga that I read can get me judged. But not to say that they're sus in some way, but that they're just garbage in general. I just read them just cause they're garbage. What else is there? Spy X Family is pretty good. Mission Yozakura Family is pretty good. What else is there? Sorry, I can't think of them off the top of my head. I'll have to pull out my phone in order to kind of pull out some random stuff, but we'll continue forward from here. And you judge me for liking Johnny Test as a kid? I mean, okay, what I told you is it's dumb fun. Dumb fun. It's dumb, but it's still fun. I don't think I judged you like, oh my god, how dare you like Johnny Test. I think I literally said it was dumb fun. Don't put words in my mouth. I probably did judge you a little bit, but not to the extent of like, oh my god, you're one of those people that like Johnny Test? Yeah. I mean, Johnny Test is fun, but it's dumb. I can't think, if you disagree with me that it's dumb and it's an intellectual show, I have to disagree with you on that one. Unless by intellectual you mean for nerds, in which case, sure. So going back to the list, I like staying up at 4 a.m. I always stay up at ungodly times and then I wake up at an ungodly time. Or I guess it depends if you count like 1 p.m. as an ungodly time to wake up at. Believe it or not, I'm actually not a terrible morning person. I'm a night person, like a night owl, 100% a night owl. But if I needed to get up in the morning for something, I can always get up if I need to. I just won't be happy about it. I'll be tired and I'll get over it within like 10-20 minutes or so, but I don't like waking up super early in the morning. I much prefer staying up until times that suck in general. Sometimes it can make playing games a little annoying, both for me and the people around me. Especially my housemates. They aren't very happy when I start playing games at like 2 a.m. Hence, I get noise complaints sometimes. But honestly, that's okay, because I've learned a little bit. Not really, actually. Okay, we're moving on. Ties into the previous one, sleep. I do like sleeping, but I can only sleep after certain points. If I try and go to sleep at like 12 at this point, I will be staring at the ceiling for like an hour or two, and nothing will happen. It's great. I love my life. But I do like sleeping, hence why I end up waking up very late. Very late. Okay. Funny Things Are Funny. I don't think I have to say anything more about that one. And I have a list of a bunch of music artists that I listen to. Porter Robinson, actually not so much recently. But, you know, I do vibe with a couple of his songs, along with Madian, Ahisa Hoen. You know, I have a couple of Japanese artists, like Yanagi Nagi, Sayuri Aimer. And a lot different EDM artists, such as Snail's House, Sakuzio, and of course Ahisa, which was mentioned earlier. And to kind of like put like a general idea of where my music tastes mostly lie, I have an album there called Food and Music by Sakuzio that I've probably listened to the most like the past 2 years. Whether I'm driving, whether I'm doing whatever, I am listening to this album plus other forms of music, and I highly recommend this album. Not sponsored, by the way. Anyways. Sleep is easy, just get someone to hit you with a frying pan. Well, here's the thing, Haru. I don't like pain. Painful things are painful. And honestly, I don't like being in pain. And when you wake up, I'm sure you'll have a big bump on your head that hurts. And I don't like that. I'd rather sleep late. Even if it means not getting any sleep at all. Dislikes. I like food in general, but Goya I cannot touch. Bitter melon, as someone I know once said, bitter melon makes everything you eat it with taste like dog food. I've never eaten dog food before, but I'll take his word for it, to be completely honest. And scary things are scary. You can see the thematic here. Hobbies. Again, I read a lot. When it comes to my main source of exercise, I spend a decent amount of time swimming, about 3 times a week. At least on a normal schedule. The past couple of weeks I have not been exercising. I've been mostly in my room doing absolutely nothing. Due to quarantine and sickness and stuff. And New Year's and laziness and a lot of things, actually, now that I think about it. None in relevance, but a lot of things. And of course we have playing games and sleeping. There's a lot of recurring themes, if you can tell here, but I am not a very... Swimming is swimming. You could say swimming goes quite swimmingly. Yep. But there's a lot of common themes here. I am not a outdoorsy person. Am I an introvert? Probably. But I wouldn't say that I'm on the deeper end of being an introvert at the very least. I can be very outgoing if I need to be, but only with people that I'm comfortable with. I have no idea who the heck any of you people are, but because you're just words in a chat box, I can talk like me instead of being socially awkward and all that. So that's pretty cool. Even though I've talked to actually most of you or like actually physically spoken to, not face to face, but you know what I mean. Interesting. Anyways. We're moving on from here. Here's a list of games that I have played, am currently playing, or games I've enjoyed in the past. There's a lot there, and there's more outside of this list. It's just there's some games I didn't feel like putting up on this list, for a variety of reasons. But Kingdom Hearts, I'm a huge rhythm game fan, so I like Celeste was a great game. Yeah, you guys. I think the main reason why I wanted to put this here is that I play a very wide variety of genres of games. Very wide variety of genres. I think the only genre that I really don't play much is first-person shooters. That's mostly just because I didn't have a lot of experience with them growing up. So recently I've been playing a little bit more of those H games. Oh, you little pervert. No and yes. If you're talking about visual novels, I've played 2. I've played If My Heart Had Wings, which doesn't have any H scenes in them, and I've played Katawa Shoujo, which doesn't have any, or it has H scenes in it, but I didn't play through them. There's an option to turn them off, and I did, and you just have to take my word for it. You're the one keeping some of your games a secret. There's a ton of games out there, okay? There's definitely games I've forgotten that I've played that I didn't put up there. There's a ton out there, there's more I'm going to be playing. I'm not gonna update the freaking list every single time, okay, Ren? Just know that this is a list of games that I play and have played and I'm maybe currently playing. Or games I've enjoyed that I played in the past. There. So I just debut and Ren is already out to destroy him. You gotta understand something, Ori, this is just how we are. I've talked to this man like a few times, not a lot. As I said, we really need to communicate a little bit better, and I'm probably gonna reach out to you guys a lot more from here on out. But you have to understand that on the inside, we all hate each other. Not literally, but a lot of the dynamics we have are us teasing one another, and as to whether or not any of us hold particularly terrible thoughts for one another, I'll never know. At the very least, I like these people, and I'm glad that the dynamic is as fun as it is, and not just, I don't know, something else. He said he doesn't like winter. Hell yeah, I don't! Heck no, I don't. But I think it also kind of depends on where you are, right? Like, if it snows, if it gets really cold in the winter, then yeah, it sucks. Winter sucks. But I think there are also scenarios and places where winter is not as terrible, like Florida or Japan. It's still cold though, or it depends where in Japan, of course, but autumn is the best season. I'm gonna have to stop you right there, because Aspen already brings enough chaos to the table. We don't need to increase his ego any further. Yeah, Ori? Well, that's okay. You can hate summer all you want, that's fine. I know a lot of people don't like sweating and all that. I just have my opinion. I think summer is better than winter, and you can have yours. It's just mine is slightly more correct because this is my stream. Okay, moving on. Meanwhile, spring, I like me. Yeah, actually I do agree, Ren. I don't hate any season in particular. Like, winter is fine, I just hate the cold. Snow is fun. It's really pretty to look at, especially depending on where you are. Unless you're on like in the middle of a street after like hundreds of thousands of cars have driven through and all the snow looks all like black and it looks like the Fire Nation's attacking. But otherwise, I do like, all the seasons do have their own positive qualities to them, and I think it's worth noting that I don't actually hate any of the seasons, it's just I don't like the cold very much. And that may sound kind of redundant because you may connect the cold with winter, but that's not always the case. And winter does have its cool moments. It's just it also happens to hold one of my least favorite things about a season. Moving forward, since we're kind of on the topic of games, I've set up a quick gaming resume of all the few achievements that I've managed to hold in my entire life while playing games. Probably not my entire life, actually, but a couple things that I've done somewhat am proud of. Except for the first one, I hate that. Yeah, I hit Gold 1 in League back in Season 4. And I never played Ranked ever again. I hit Diamonds in Teamfight Tactics. I beat Code Vein without an AI partner, and to kind of put that into perspective, if any of you guys played Dark Souls or any of the Souls-like games, Code Vein is a Souls-like game. It's basically an anime Souls-like game, so there's a lot more plot Yep. In that game. But to put things into perspective, that game is built and designed and balanced around you playing with an AI. So it's you and like another AI that kind of runs through and kills monsters and beats all the bosses. And it's a Souls-like game. And I beat that game without an AI partner, and I was very proud of myself. And I don't care if none of you care. I'm happy with that. I went to a local Smash tournament. It's quite some time ago. This is pre-COVID, by the way. So this is when going out and doing stuff like that was okay and encouraged. And I managed to get 5th place out of about 50-ish people. Who's your Smash main? Depends. Are you asking about now or are you asking about then? Because things have changed the past, 2 years since COVID came out? We're talking about then? I played Pokemon Trainer. You played Pokemon Trainer to hit top 5. If you're talking about now, I'm a casual player now, so I just play random. But if you want a more solid answer, as of right now, the characters I play the most is Cloud, Wolf, and Hero. And sometimes PT, depends. And I'm quite proud of the fact that I hit bronze in Valorant. Not an Iron player, baby. Let's go. As to whether or not that'll improve at all, I don't know, because I'm not planning on playing a ton of Valorant, both off-stream and on-stream. That game's more of a, oh hey, there's some people that I know is playing Valorant, and they invited me. Yes, thank you, Haru. Thank you very much. I'm very proud of this achievement. It's my first, I think Valorant is actually the first FPS I've ever played and owned. Because I've played FPSs in the past. I played like Halo and stuff at like friends' houses. But I never owned one and never played one like that before. So Valorant is my first one, and you know what? I'm proud to say that I'm bronze. As for whether or not I will play that more, we'll see. As I mentioned before, I don't know if I'll actually stream it. I think the only times where I'll actually stream playing Valorant is if I'm collabing with people, but I'll kind of talk more on this later. But as of right now, I'm not planning on collabing as much. I'll touch on that later though. Okay, now we can move on from here. Here are some of my goals moving forward. Oh, we should play sometime Rankin Smurf and Show. No, you're gonna increase the elo/MMR. I don't know what the heck it's called in Valorant, but you know, I'm gonna die a lot and whatever. Actually, I don't care. We'll see. Doesn't have to be a stream thing either. Yeah, I'm down. We can play. Anyways, moving on to goals. Or goals moving forward with the stream. I would like to hit 100 viewers. Even if this never happens, it's something that we'll strive forward to do. And of course, this involves marketing and all that like stuff. I don't know if I will be good at doing that. Just trying to be online on social media is already too hard for me, if I'm being completely honest. So trying to do more marketing outside of just Twitter is going to be pretty difficult. But I'll kind of build up my own image as time passes, and once people get to know me and I get to showcase stuff a little bit, hopefully, I hope my personality is interesting enough that 100 people, or bots, or like 3 people with like 40 accounts each, watch. Because, you know, that's dedication, you know. if there are people that are that dedicated to watch me and grow my viewers, even if it's as a troll, I'll be thankful to a certain degree at the very least. I want to improve my singing. I don't think I'm a good singer. I think I'm average. I don't think my singing is good luck with that, Haru. I don't think my singing is incredible. I think it's average. it's not unpleasant to listen to, but I don't think you would go out of your way to listen to it, at the very least. So hopefully I'll be able to improve it. As of right now, I'm not planning on taking like voice lessons. Singing has always just been something that's fun for me to do and kind of have fun with. So if streaming actually reaches a point where I feel like I can start either taking voice lessons or spending more time actually doing so, I'll take it. I will 100% take that. And hopefully I'll be able to release a proper cover. I would like to put like a time limit on that too. Like maybe by the end of the year, I'll have a legitimate cover of a song where I've paid and worked on, like, you know, having an actual illustration, having like a professional mixer do things, maybe some animation, some subtitles, and of course my oh so mediocre voice. Hopefully auto-tune will make it sound better. I haven't touched much on stuff like that, but hopefully I will be able to have something made that I'm proud to show, especially on this channel. Releases a heavy metal cover on ukulele. I don't even know if that's... maybe it is possible. If there's baby metal, anything can happen. Cover song? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I do actually have a couple songs in mind that I would like to do, though it kind of depends on what kind of quality cover I want to do. Because I can do ukulele covers like on my own in my room. Probably not too much mixing or editing, and it's just as raw as it can be. And I'm okay with doing those. I just don't really count that as a part of this kind of goal of mine of making a proper cover. But I can definitely do like ukulele covers over time, and I don't know, maybe some people like it. Like, I don't know how many people would actually listen to it and be like, wow, this is a banger. But I'll try my best at the very least. The next one's kind of cheesy, but I want to help at least one person smile every single stream, even if it's something as if I laugh too much and it gets somewhat infectious. Or I do something really stupid and people laugh at my stupidity, or I do, I don't know, something really cool and people laugh with me. There's a lot of avenues of this, and I don't know how things are going to move forward, but at the very least, I'm going to try my best to at least stay positive on how things are going to go, and we'll just keep moving forward for as long as this is going to go. Alright, I'm gonna enjoy myself, I'm gonna have fun while streaming. If there's ever a time where I feel like streaming has become like a chore, it's something that I don't want to do, then I will take a break. I don't think there's too much that I could really say about that one. It's just have fun. Play games I want to play. It's not like I won't do things that the community wants me to do if I ever manage to build one. I have very high hopes though of how things are gonna go from there. And lastly, I want to improve my language proficiencies in general. If any of you have noticed, Lacunation is not purely EN. There's quite a Thai following for the Lacunation project. Aspen speaks fluent Thai. His English is great too, but he mostly streams in Thai. Our manager is Thai. I think, actually, now that I think about it, I think everybody in the staff of Lacunation, outside of the actual talents, are Thai. So what does that mean for me? Well, I can't speak Thai. And so communication has been an issue. Not a huge issue. It's not like, oh no, you can't like literally speak to one another. Everyone's English is fine. It's very impressive actually how good everyone's English is in Lacunation. Not counting the native speakers. But there certainly are moments where I kind of wish that I could speak some more Thai. And I don't know if the Thai is specifically something I'm gonna work on. I would love to do Duolingo streams actually of Thai, but I feel like those require me to have already built a community first. Because I feel like they'll eventually just turn into me trying to learn a language, streaming to nobody, or maybe like 1 or 2 people I know. Actually, that could be fun too. Never mind. Maybe I will do that. Yeah, help is great. She has been working very hard on a variety of things, and she's been very busy recently too. But for everything that she's done, everything Laka Nation has done, I'm very grateful. Even to Ren, and even to Haru, and to Aspen as well. Okay. Moving forward. Got my tags! This page is definitely the most scuffed of all of them. How should I say? I did not spend as much time on putting everything together as I would have liked to. And this page definitely suffered the most. Everything does not look very good here. And when I finished it and I looked at it, I was just too lazy to fix it. So we're stuck with what we have, right? As of right here, what we have here. There isn't much to say though. The general tag will always be Cyrus Apricot. Woo! English! Okay. My live tag will be Apri-talk. Whatever. My art tag, as some of you already know, is Kyapri art. It's not Sai Apri, it's Kyapri. Get it right. Memes will be Kyapri laugh. You know, part of me kind of wish that I can swap the C with a K. But then I remembered C is a dumb letter, so we're just going to continue forward with what it is. My Oshi mark is going to be a sun and a beach with a parasol. Why? I don't know. Summary, I guess. I'm doing my best here, alright? Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore your message, Ari. Yeah, we're cool. As for fan names, I've been thinking about this and not thinking about it. And by that, I mean, I kind of think about it as in, oh, this would be kind of cool. But I never sat down and was like, what should my fan name be? Actually, the time where I thought about my fan name was the most was when I was making this page. And I spent like 5 minutes on it. Dedication. I care. So, from the genius mind of Cyrus Apricot, we have Beach Bums. Honestly, the only reason why I have this is because I just want to call you guys bums. That seems kind of fun on my end, although I don't know if you guys want that. Second one is Mates, and the reasoning for this is I was thinking on the lines of ships, and typically there's like a first, second mates on board a ship, and I think, you know, ocean, summer, lake, ship kind of fits. And honestly, if mates just comes really easily to me, like just saying, hey mates. We have appreciators, which is as punny as this list is going to get. I don't know if it's clever at all. I actually don't think it is, but I put it down there anyways, just because I can. Woo! I have buoys. I don't know why. That would be funny to call you guys buoys. Actually, the other reasoning for it was like the whole lifeguard buoy thing, and how like if chat is a buoy, then I'm gonna need you guys to save me sometimes. I'm gonna need a lot of help in some of the games I am planning on playing, and you will soon see because I do have a schedule set up. And I am going to share it with you, and once you see one of the games on that list, you will understand why I need a buoy to help me out of this scenario. The last one on there is Team Solar, which is related to Team Galactic for Pokemon, because there's a certain person named Cyrus in a certain Pokemon game. Yep. There isn't too much to say about that specific one at the very least. Team Solar, Team Galactic, Team whatever the heck. That's the extent of my. That's the extent of my imagination. This is my genius at work right here. I hope you guys appreciate it. I don't know if any of you guys have any particular, how should I say, inkling as to what you guys would prefer for this. I might throw up a poll eventually. Not on Twitter though. I'm probably gonna be using the YouTube community tab more often than Twitter, just because it's easier for me. I honestly don't like social media that much, and by that I mean I just don't really use it that often. So polls and stuff will probably be more likely to be held on my YouTube community, because I feel like that's actually gonna reach the people I want it to reach over just the people that, you know, my Twitter feed just kind of manages to land on. I don't want like random people to like see it and be like, oh, this will be funny, you know? Yeah. Thanks, Hori. I did read that while I was talking, sorry, I just didn't want to interrupt myself. Or is that what I'm supposed to do? How much care am I supposed to put into chat when you guys type stuff? Am I supposed to like drop everything and then just say, acknowledge your message and presence? I'll work on this as time passes. We'll see. I'll develop some semblance of a system as we move forward. I don't know if that's supposed to be like sarcasm or something, Haru. It's just more so that I feel like Twitter feeds land sometimes on people that don't really care. I get a lot, like, I check my Twitter like once every couple of days, and I get a lot of like surveys and stuff that shows up in my feed that I don't care about, if I'm being honest. A lot of it is cool, don't get me wrong, but if somebody is trying to develop a fan name of their own and I don't watch them, I might spend some time watching them just to see how much I like them, but chances are I'm probably not going to do that, and I feel like I don't want to just throw this survey into Twitter where a lot of people can see. I'll feel a lot more comfortable with just putting it in my YouTube community, and then it hits like the 2 or 3 people that are subscribed, you know? At the very least, it'll reach the people that I know for sure actually cares enough to push a big red button. I'll probably pull up a poll for fan names. I don't know if there aren't, like, there's actually a decent number of people here. I will look to see if any of you guys are interested, or if any of you guys have your own ideas as to what the fan name could be. Otherwise, I'll just throw up a post at some point in the YouTube community, probably within like the next 2 days or so, and we'll see how things go from there. So what comes after this? So now that I have debuted, I need to stream. I need to play more stuff, and so obviously I have a stream schedule set up here, and this is probably the only time where I'm actually going to have a stream. Not the only time I'll have a stream schedule, but as of right now, this is going to be the most solid stream schedule I'll have for at least like a couple of weeks. Just because my schedule is going to start becoming pretty hectic the next couple of weeks, and I'll have to slowly figure out what times I can and cannot stream. Although summer will definitely force me to do so at some point, so we'll see how things go. But just know that the current stream schedule is going to be one that you can, unless some unexpected accidents occurs, I will be streaming on all these days. And so to showcase, here's the list. We got a full Riot Games lineup. Woo! Yeah, I know. I'm not doing this. This is the actual stream schedule. I am the unexpected accident. Dang, I would be pretty terrified if a 6-foot Haru showed up at my door, I will say. Maybe even to the extent where I'll cancel the stream. But yeah, I will be streaming for the next 5 days. I'm also going to be, or not all 5 days, on the 8th I'm planning on doing absolutely nothing all day. But as for all the other days, I am planning on streaming, and I'm also going to be kind of messing around with different times. So as you can notice, pretty much every day is going to be streamed at a completely different time. So Ruined King will be at the same time as it is today, and it'll be tomorrow actually, and I'm really excited for this. I've been meaning to play Ruined King for some time now, and I'm glad that I can have a proper excuse to sit down and play it. After that will be Hades, a game that I've definitely never played before, not once in my entire life. So this will be a first time playthrough, 100%. And that will be a lot earlier. That will be at 10 EST or 15 o'clock UTC. Or 3 p.m. UTC for those who don't use military. After that will be Tales of Symphonia. I have never played a Tales of game, and I am interested in trying them, but I didn't want to start off by playing the newest one, Tales of Arise, and I did not want to start off by playing the best, or quote-unquote best game, what people tell me, which is, I believe, Tales of Vesperia? I think it's Tales of Vesperia. Yeah, I'll double check on that, but I want to try and get into the Tales of series. I just didn't know what game to play. And I don't even know if I should be streaming it, to be completely honest. We'll kind of see how things go. I will finish Tales of Symphonia. As to whether or not I'll finish it on stream will be another thing altogether. It'll depend on, I guess, feedback on like the couple of people that are watching, or on the people that are watching. If it's something that people are interested in actually seeing me play through, or if I should just play that on my own. And now for the game that I need a buoy for, Darkwood. It is a horror game, and I personally never heard of this game until recently. And the gameplay looked very interesting. At least it wasn't like other horror games I've seen or played. Not that I've played that many, not gonna lie. Sorry, let me take a drink of water real quick. But it is a horror game. It's very atmospheric, if I recall correctly, so there isn't like as many jump scares, at least from what I've seen. But you're supposed to like be constantly scared all the time when you play it, so you know that's pretty fun. Hopefully, horror does not show up at my front door and cause an accident where I can't stream on one of these days. But this will be my stream schedule from here on out, and I'll probably be posting all my future stream schedules both on YouTube and on Twitter. So at the very least, that's something that will stay somewhat consistent. I think the only thing is I won't be posting that many stream times on the schedule, mostly because, or at least from now on, maybe I'll manage to solidify a proper schedule so I'll be able to do this every single time. But the main thing would be simply that I'm probably going to do guerrilla streams every once in a while. Just like moments where I just feel like sitting down and streaming. Usually when I play games, like single player games by myself, I do end up talking to myself. Just cause. It's not often, but I do it. Haha, I said do. But I do talk to myself, and so I figured maybe if I'm going to be streaming single player games, I don't feel completely pooped out to like actually not interact at all. I'll just be streaming at random intervals. So if any of you guys can check or catch one of those, or plus I think it's a okay way for me to build my own community. I don't, as much as I would like, I guess it's not really a reason, but I didn't want to build a community of just like VTubers and people that I personally have talked to and know. I want to be able to cater towards people who kind of just stop by, listen in, think that I'm a complete idiot, and you know, are worth their time of day, and you know, slowly build my way up from there. At the very least, I do want to have a proper, or at least a solid stream schedule moving forward. But at least for this month, the month of January, things will most likely be like 3 or 4 solid streams every week, or like scheduled streams every week. And everything after, or everything in between, can just be random Gorilla streams. The only issue with that would be, am I too lazy to make a freaking thumbnail? And I do not know. Honestly, one of the reasons why I might not Gorilla stream when I feel like it is because I have to make a thumbnail, and so sometimes there might be some really really scuffed thumbnails moving forward. But yeah, that's kind of everything I had. I don't have any more outside of this to talk about. I guess technically from here on out it would be a like a Q&A, I guess. I don't know if any of you guys do have any questions, if I'm being completely honest. Moving forward. Wait, let me move this back to my... There you go. I probably should have copied the chat box so I could stare at the old one as well. But that's kind of all I had for this debut stream. I didn't want to like sit down and talk about my own personality traits from my perspective, because I don't know, it doesn't feel very genuine. Not to say that it isn't, and people who do end up doing that aren't. I don't know, it feels really weird for me to talk about myself in that way, like, oh, I am a very kind and gentle person, but I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like those, how should I say, it kind of reminds me of like really cheesy like pickup stuff, where people are like, I'm not like other VTubers, or like I'm not like other boys. I'm special in some way. I kind of just wanted to stream solo for a little bit. At least for my stream, I'm totally down to collab and show up on other people's streams. Maybe not stream myself or stream myself, I don't know, we'll see. It depends on how many opportunities come my way from here on out. But I will say that I'm mostly going to be focusing on playing games on my own from here on out. I want to kind of build my own image first, and then I'll probably start reaching out to people. Of course, Laku Nation's kind of exempt from this. I'll probably start reaching out to you guys relatively soon, if you know, any of you are still here, about doing stuff. But outside of that, I'll probably be focusing on playing games, or playing single player games on my stream, build up my own persona, reputation, character. Not to say that's all fake or anything, just like, you know, it's out there. People can watch my streams and decide for themselves if they want a freaking idiot like me in their stream, or to play with them in their games. Gorilla streaming in an hour. Yeah, Ren, I have to make a thumbnail for that. You see, this ain't Twitch, my guy. I have to make a thumbnail for that if I wanted to just Gorilla stream in 1 hour. The thumbnails are probably going to be the end of me, and a lot of them are going to be super, super scuffed. In fact, there's probably going to be some times where I just won't make a thumbnail, but never for the actual, like, proper streams, or the scheduled streams. Mostly just going to be for Gorilla streams, where I'm just kind of like, you know, I kind of want to play something, and I'm going to stream it so other people can watch me be bad at said game. But I don't feel like making a thumbnail for it, so I'll just slap something together and paint or something. YouTubers, am I right? YouTubers am I right? You know, I wasn't sure what I was going to go for between Twitch and YouTube until you and Haru decided to stream on Twitch. And when I saw that, I was like, I can't just leave Aspen on YouTube by himself. That would just feel so weird, I guess. I guess you could say my decision was kind of made for me in a way. Like, I guess we can kind of split up 2-2 between Twitch and YouTube and try and garner an audience from there. Collab every once in a while and, you know, all that. Just pray it works out, lol. Pray that what works out, my thumbnails? Or the lack thereof. I don't know if that's how that will end up working out, Ori, but my laziness is going to be the biggest detriment to this business. Yeah, I understand, Ren. Like, English can be a struggle sometimes. I'm gonna take a sip real quick. Just pray that. Well, I know life will work out. I don't know about the streaming. I guess it's kind of tied into streaming because Summer wanted me to stream to kind of, you know, build my reputation, rapport, and all that stuff. Not to say that I wasn't interested. Streaming seemed kind of like an interesting thing to, you know, try at the very least. So here I am. I don't know how you guys got into this whole business with Laku Nation, but I'm glad that I'm glad that it was you guys at the very least. There's some crazy people out there in this world. Although I will say, my main issue with Laku Nation is that I think we are all indecisive people. Like, decisions will not be made until we sit down and talk about it for like a long period of time. It's like you're trying to find people to join your cult. Didn't Haru start a cult? Yeah, I heard something about him like starting a cult or something similar to it, at least on Twitter, at the very least. It just sounds like you're trying to start a cult, huh? Am I? What exactly is a cult? Are cults like inherently religious? I guess they are, huh? And technically speaking, that still applies here because I am trying to be a god here in this case. Or, I don't know, actually. I guess Hard really does have a cult, huh? I wonder if he's the worshipped one then. Is he like a god among his followers? Are the floofs just like a name, like a code name for his cult? Ah, there's that ego. Whose ego? Haru or mine? I think my ego is relatively average. It's to the extent of it's not to the extent where I tell myself, oh, I hate myself when something happens, but it's also not to the extent where I brag about everything that I do. I think that's not the kind of character. If that's the kind of character you wanted from me, like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing and it's gonna be awesome, and it can kind of work out either way. Unfortunately, I can't really do that. I'm more of the relaxed variant or variety of people, which is a slight issue, I think, because I think the majority of us are actually more on that personality typing. I think the big difference would just be like Aspen and Haru are more on the chaotic side of things. I actually have not been watching Ren's streams that much, to be completely honest, because you were streaming while I was not around. So I didn't see much. I do know that apparently a lot of your streams got canceled for unfortunate reasons. Did Haru come over? Is that what happened? My stream's dead right now. You literally just like... yeah. Did they convert you to floofism? Or you sniped him? Aspen probably said. I would be somewhat surprised at that, because I think Aspen and Haru probably communicate the least out of the four of us. Haru beat me for liking Wind Waker. Wait, really? Does Haru not like Wind Waker? I never actually played Wind Waker. One of my close friends played Wind Waker when we were like littlins, and I just kind of watched him play. So I never technically played the game, but I do appreciate how very pretty that game looks. Especially the remastered, if I recall correctly. He does not indeed. Interesting. I wonder why. I'm always interested as to like why people don't like games, especially ones that like actually have a following behind them, or the other way around, when people like games that are generally considered pretty bad. So I'm generally kind of curious why he doesn't like Wind Waker. Maybe it doesn't really concern me though, because I've never played that game before. Maybe that's a game I should add to my list then, or of games that I should play. I actually have a pretty large list of games I want to play on stream, or both in general and in stream. There are a couple games I want to play, but I can't. One of them being, you know, Guilty Gear, the anime fighting game that I've been playing quite a bit recently. Partly because my account was not made with the intention of streaming, so the name of the account is personal. So unfortunately I cannot use that. It's actually probably another reason why I'm not planning on streaming TFT, Teamfight Tactics, because it means I'll have to start kind of from scratch. It is a game I kind of do want to stream in the future, but I decided that once I hit Masters and Team TFT on my personal account, I will stream it. I'll make a new account and stream it, because I feel like that game, you need to be like genuinely good or really, really entertaining in order to stream that game. And I don't know if I'm entertaining enough to warrant playing TFT a bunch, especially when playing TFT at the very least. I don't know. I have like plans for future streaming, and I do not know where they're going to take me. Actually, it's more like I have very flimsy plans, like ideas that I've not put together yet. I'm like, I don't know. We'll see how things go. There are a couple of games that would be pretty cool for me to play, I think. And like use streaming as a reason for me to continue playing them. Like Hollow Knight. I've never finished Hollow Knight. I started playing it and I really enjoyed the game, but I stopped in the middle due to some circumstances, unfortunate circumstances, or no, unfortunate. So I never ended up finishing that game, and when I wanted to pick it back up, I was in a location, or I was at a point where I had no idea what I was supposed to do, because I stopped playing for like half a year, and then I picked it up and I had no idea what was going on. Honestly, maybe that's a good reason why I should stream, because then I'll actually have like archives and crap, and I could watch myself play through old games again. Although I don't know if my mentality will be able to survive me watching myself play a game. But we'll see. I do want to revisit Hollow Knight. Maybe on stream, maybe by myself. I don't know. I guess it depends on how much people would enjoy watching someone who's already played through like half of Hollow Knight play through it again. especially when I'm not like trying to speedrun it or do any like cool challenges or anything. It's just me being bad, except I've already experienced it. Who knows? We'll see. If I build once again, back to the whole community building thing. Although, well, I don't even know how well that's going to turn out in the future. If I recall, Ren did say one of his favorite games was Hollow Knight. I do want to play it. I do want to finish it eventually. It's just difficult to get back into it for me. I'll have to like start from scratch, I think. Which, you know, might be kind of interesting, but I'll just be like a mediocre Hollow Knight player playing through it again, so there's no like surprise factor or anything. I think a couple other games I do want to play though, but as of right now, that's kind of the one that comes to mind the first. I feel like Ren basically foams at the mouth for Hollow Knight. maybe so. We do need to like get together and like talk more, and I mean like the Laku Nation people, as like in general. I think there's, I forgot I hadn't plugged in my headphones. Let's just say your stream just played through my speakers. When I started laughing like a, I was about to say like a banshee. I don't think my laughs are that bad, at least not those. I feel like I'm basically that's called it. Do you have a camera member? So how'd you know? Do you have rabies for Hollow Knight? It is like an infectious disease that once you play Hollow Knight, you have to infect other people to enjoy it. Maybe I didn't catch it, that's why I stopped in the middle. Something that I need to touch on a little bit more. Let me take another sip here. Here I am spreading the word of my lord. Is the Hollow Knight the Lord? What is the main character, or like the character that you play as? What's his name? I don't think like the protagonist is the Hollow Knight, right? The Hollow Knight is like someone else, or it's like a boss, right? I probably should not be talking about it to this extent. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I think a lot of my knowledge from, or what I remember from Hollow Knight is like caterpillars, a couple of bosses that stand out in my head, the map guy. That's about it. Some maps too. Dang, it's been a while since I played that game. I remember I played that like, what, 3 years ago? 4 years ago? And I've been struggling to kind of like touch back with it again. So yeah, maybe I'll play that on stream. We'll see. I guess I will say that's Riot games like League of Legends, Valorant, Legends of Runeterra. Probably not gonna touch those as much. Believe it or not, I quit League. Not officially, like, oh, I don't play League at all anymore, but I don't really play the game anymore. I only play it with other people. It's a social game for me, basically. So I'm willing to play it, like, with other... If I collab, for example, I could play it with other people. It's just, I'm bad, because I haven't played recently. Get power from people playing my game. Is that why you foam at the mouth? Oh boy, I don't think I've ever seen... I actually did watch some speedruns for Hollow Knight, and so some of those people are pretty cool, and like the things that you do for Hollow Knight is pretty cool too, for the whole speedrun stuff and the community. Or, I mean, to be fair, I think speedrunning in general is really freaking cool. Something that I touched on or tried to get into a little bit, but it's not for me. I'm more the kind of person that likes to play like a lot of different kinds of games rather than just like play one game and like focus on it. That definitely changed though. While when I was a younger boy, I definitely played like two games exclusively, which was League of Legends and OS. Yes, a rhythm game and Toxicity. I think I played those two games exclusively for like 8 years. Did I get good at either of them? Heck no. I never played League ranked much, so I never really improved, or I never played to improve, mostly just played to have fun. And OS, I'm just not very good at rhythm games. Actually, that's not true. I would say I'm like above average when it comes to rhythm games, but I'm not like particularly good. Like, I'm not at the point where if I play a rhythm game, it's impressive to see. It's just kind of like, oh, that's cool. He can do that. I can't do that, but he can. But if you see like really good rhythm game players, it's like inhuman reactions. Oh my gosh. You know, in the future, I'm probably going to be like rewatching some of my streams, and I'm definitely probably going to have to rewatch my debut stream at some point. And I'm going to cringe so hard. I don't even know how many times my voice cracked. Oh, there's one right there. Although I don't know how obvious they are. It's more like I can feel it happen than how audible they are. I used to be a good rhythm game player. What happened? Did the Fire Nation attack? I think I'm washed up in OS 2, but I don't think I was ever like really, really good at a rhythm game. Actually, I think that's with me for games in general. If I get into a game, I think when it comes to games, I can become like better than average, especially if it's like a game if I have kind of some experience with. So like, you know, like platformers, strategy games, rhythm games. I think I can become like above average, like better than the average player, better than the median. But I don't think I can become like insanely good at a video game. Just good enough, I guess, to beat casual players. I think that's why a lot of people that I know, like friends and acquaintances, they never liked playing against me when it comes to like some party games or like other certain games, because I can pick things up relatively quickly. I'm not like as good as people who like, I don't know, like Mario Party or something. Like there's some people that like play the heck out of those mini games and are really good, and I can't. Of course, I'm not going to be like great at them, but compared to people who kind of just pick up a game and like, you know, spend some casual time, maybe spend some time in it, I can be pretty decent at those. Probably not to like a very impressive degree though. Not to like the point of, how should I say? Not to the point of, oh wow, he's really good at this game. I want to watch him play this game and like take notes to be better. No, I don't think I can do that. Or maybe more so from like above a casual level. Because I am willing to learn games at the very least. Like spend some time researching just to learn how to play a game. But sometimes I do need some motivation to do that. Outside of just, you know, playing the game and getting better. How entertaining is this? I can't tell if like me talking about this kind of stuff is at all like just like super boring or like somewhat interesting at all. Honestly, I probably should have ended the stream like 20 minutes ago, as soon as I was done with my information dump on stuff. I don't know. We'll see how things go in the future. I just realized how freaking scuffed the chat box on this thing works or looks. I should probably change the color of the text to like pure white or something, because that is not showing very well. Here, give me a sec. Let me change my chat box text color because that is not popping out very well. Oh boy, how do I? Okay, fonts, or is this as like white as it gets? All right, we'll see if that helps at all. As long as you're having fun. Aw, thanks, Ren. I mean, I'm having a fun time. Yeah, that does mean something at the very least. If I can entertain the masses by just me sitting here and talking about my somewhat skillful ability at video games, then, you know, that's something, I guess. One thing I am really happy so far about how this stream in general is going is this background music. I was really scared that I was gonna pick something that gets really redundant over time, and I do think my starting theme, or like the background music I have for starting the stream, is very redundant. Like, I can listen to that probably for like 2 minutes before I'm like, eh. But I really am like enjoying like this background music at the very least. Or like, I haven't gotten tired of it and it's been like an hour. So that's something I'm glad about. I have like 2 or 3 other songs prepared as backup, just in case like something doesn't, or it just doesn't sound that great as time passes. Like, oh shoot, it's just very tiresome. But I don't think I'll have to bring it up. I could probably use this for a decent amount of time, and I'm kind of happy about that. Thank you to Safu, I think Safu, the artist is Safu, for releasing the song on YouTube and putting it up as free background music. I actually like a lot of Safu's songs when I was looking through them. It's just some of them didn't fit this. The whole me sitting down at a beach in the winter. Or me, I don't know, talking about stuff and being me. I think like from a certain degree I needed something more energetic or something more upbeat, but like chill at the same time. Because I feel like the whole like super relaxed chill vibes is not something that I'm going for. For me, it's more something that's like, it's kind of energetic. Like, I do have energy, it's just very consistent. I'm not a very super energetic person. Like, I'm not gonna be screaming at my screen. At least not like non-ironically. A lot of the times when I scream when I play games, it's like very, very ironic. Like, I do it with a purpose. Like, I do it very purposeful, and there's a reason behind it. That's why. So there isn't a lot of whole... I pictured the entire summer theme overlays as set designs on a film. It's winter, so guys gotta dedicate to his craft of summer. Yeah, actually Summer prepared this for me, this whole beach. It's not actually a beach, it's like a separate space that he gave me that he figured would work out. I mean, I'm kind of enjoying it outside of the sand. The sand is kind of annoying, actually. Sometimes, like, when I leave this space, I track sand back into my room, and it's really, really annoying. But other than that, like, it's nice. Like, I get sun. Even though I never tan, you know, I get some sun. But otherwise, you know, it's not... I unfortunately don't have a room like Aspen does, nor do I have a proper color palette to kind of focus in on like Ren and Haru does. I don't know, it feels weird for me to call like red, or like the red that I have, like my eye color for example, it feels weird to consider that as my brand color, or like the color I want to use, just because it's not very summer-like. It's sun-like, I think. Like, oh, like, if you think of the sun, like, yeah, it's a nice, like, sunset-ish color. but it's not summery like, and it doesn't. I don't want to base the brand of summer off just the sun, because there's so much to summer. Same to like winter and spring and autumn. And it is actually kind of difficult for me trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this, with the whole thematic of summer, because I feel like to a certain degree, like the others are a little bit easier. Because like you can build a whole thematic off of like trees, like autumn trees. Autumn trees are great. Snow has like so much stuff going for it. Spring flowers are, you know, there's so much you can do. But what can I do? A sun. Warmth. Heat. Solar energy. From like one like item thematic standpoint, it's easier for me to go for something like freedom. And by freedom I mean like breaks, like summer break. Because a lot of stuff kind of takes a break from summer onwards, specifically school, but you know, whatever. I was thinking water too. Yeah, water. The beach. That kind of stuff. Team Aqua from Pokemon style. I did kind of think about doing like an oceanic vibe, like not like like a focusing on the thematic of water. But the problem is that the colors kind of mesh, or they conflict a little bit with Ren's colors. Even I saw like Ren's overlay, and it's a lot more, how should I say, like a cozy blue, like a darker blue, not like sea blue. But I didn't want to like use like blue as my main color thematic. But at the same time, I didn't really want to use red, because I feel like it doesn't fit that much. So like, what was I gonna do from there? It took me a while to figure out everything, and I had to ask Summer for ideas as well. He wasn't particularly helpful, especially when he got drunk. Man drinks a lot, actually. But very slowly things kind of started coming together. I had to ask some close friends for some help. Actually, a close friend of mine made my background for my starting soon stream image. So if I just like pull it up real quick, I commissioned a friend of mine to draw this for me, and I'm very, very happy with it. Oh yeah, and by the way, the song, I feel like I could listen to this for like 2 minutes before I start losing my mind. I am definitely going to be changing this at some point. Tell Summer to not make it so hot next time. I mean, I can't do that. I like the heat. I have selfish intentions too. It's not just oh, like, you know, just because someone, like a person in chat told me they didn't like the heat, therefore I need to turn. Can you please make it cooler? I like the heat. I like it this way. The heat is nice. I do need to find a way to keep my chat like there when I swap scenes though. That's gonna be something I'll have to get used to. Also, I need to change the color of the font. I actually did, but it wasn't as white as I would like it to be. Maybe it's affecting the actual chat? Maybe that's why, actually. Actually, wait, I can fix this. Okay, it's fixed. I think I have to prioritize my my chat box over, or I had to prioritize the actual chat over the box, because I think I accidentally prioritized the, or I think I was putting the chat behind the transparent chat box. I think that's why it wasn't popping out as well as I hoped it would. So that should be fixed now. Actually, speaking of, I should probably you know, there's a lot of things I need to do with my overlays. As I said, I set things up as fast as I could when it comes to my overlay, or when it comes to my stream overlays, and honestly, with how much time I put into this, like, because I was planning on working on this as soon as I got back from a trip of mine, like a family trip, but I caught COVID, so I couldn't do that. I was stuck bedridden, and I was caught. It did not feel good for like a solid like 5 days to like a week. And as soon as I got better, I wanted to set up my stream. So I think I gave myself a couple, like what, a weekend to work on this, which means I had to commission art or find art. I had to like find all the stuff that I could use. Of course, Summer made things easier for me by giving me the space where I could, you know, have my free chats and bring everyone after streams are kind of done, and I can just sit back, chill, and talk. So, you know, this is nice at the very least. I'll take this. But everything else took quite some time to get my hands on. I will say I am satisfied with how everything turned out. No complaints whatsoever. There was one thing I'm worried about, and it has nothing to do with my overlays. It was my keyboard. So, prior to me getting better off of COVID, my keyboard was has Cherry X blue switches, and if you don't know what that means, it's a mechanical keyboard with switches that are insanely loud. Actually, here I have it right next to me. Let me pull it out. But if I ever like play games that require me to use the keyboard, I was like worried about that being an issue. Since you're so close to summer, do you get your own private beach? No, not exactly. Like this space I'm currently sitting in, this isn't like an entire beach. It's like its own, like, how should I say? It's like a space. It's mostly like a background space where I can sit down on a beach. But I can't enter the water. It's kind of there, but I can't touch it. Because the space, like if I try to move backwards to like touch the water, I'll like exit the space and I'll be back in my room. But there is sand here in this small space that I'm standing at, or technically sitting at. There's a stool that I'm sitting on. And the sand tracking back into my room is annoying. Like I have to like wear shoes when I'm out here, which feels really weird because that means I have to bring shoes back and forth between my room and this beach space. But I'm still really grateful. I just hope that the sand issue isn't as big of an issue. Well, I think the keyboard. Oh, I think I remember this. Oh no. So let me go back to that. So I have blue switches, and the key. Actually, here, let me grab it real quick. And blue switches are very, like, they're known to be one of the loudest blue keyboard clack sound. And so I was worried that this is what you're gonna have to like listen to every single time I type. I'll actually have you guys know I am not the biggest fan of blue switches. This keyboard was a hand-me-down from my brother. So my brother, he used this keyboard because he liked blue switches. But he got a new keyboard, and so he offered it to me, and I was like, you know, why not? I can use a better keyboard than the one I've been using. So, but it has blue switches, and this is freaking loud. Every single time I play rhythm games, when I play like Muse Dash or when I play OS, I have to deal with that. I did not want to deal with this, to be frank. So, but thankfully, a friend of mine knew that I did not like my blue switch keyboard, and this is not just for streaming. I did not like blue switches, and he gave me a new keyboard, and instead of blues, they are browns. And I freaking love this. It's not as loud. They're much like thockier, if that makes sense. Like the sound is much more like a thock than the ticks of a blue switch. And I love it. It's great. I can think Because the headphones I'm using aren't they aren't fully sound resistant. That's not the word. Noise cancel. That's what it is. They don't cancel noise very well. So when I type on a keyboard, I can hear it very well. And honestly, I kind of prefer it this way because I can actually hear myself talk. Because if I can't hear myself talk, I try to hear myself talk, which means I start talking a lot louder. And in a house, when it is 2 a.m. and I'm trying to play games, and I'm talking to myself, my housemates they are not very appreciative of me doing that to them. So I much prefer, plus like, you know, I prefer being able to hear myself anyways when I talk. It makes it feel like I'm not speaking into the void. But having a blue switch keyboard, or having a blue switch keyboard, having to listen to that every single time I wanted to play games, this, much better. That feels so much better. I much prefer the sound of this, and I will say though, when I first got the blue switch keyboard, I did like how it sounds. Even though it's insanely loud, it is kind of like interesting to hear it, and it was fun for like a couple of days. But then I realized, no, not for me, not for me. So once again, I will shout out to my friend who I cannot say, or whose name I cannot say, for giving me this keyboard. It'll make streaming a lot better, both for me and for you guys, and the future chat, however it may evolve as the future continues forward. It does seem like some people have left the stream at this point, so I'll probably end soon. Dang, that's actually, I don't know if there's like actually a way for me to see who's in my chat and who isn't. I know you can do it for Twitch, but honestly I haven't touched much when it comes to streaming on YouTube. I guess it doesn't matter too much as of right now. Or I think it matters now more than hopefully later if I end up getting more viewers. But that's not the issue, the problem, or that's not what I should be worrying about. It's more so just entertaining and having fun with the people that are here. Bless. I'm glad that a decent amount of people stopped by for at least the beginning of the stuff. And thanks for showing up for the people who are still here. Specifically Ori, and I think there's like one other person watching. I don't know. But yeah. That's the debut. I think I'll stop talking now. I think the end for this stream is long overdue. At the very least, I'm glad that I finally managed to get this out of the way so I can start streaming more. I needed like a actual reason for me to sit down and play some single player games outside of me just wanting to play them. And since streaming is always on the list, I have been saving a couple of games. So I bought like a couple of games back in for like the autumn Steam sale. I bought games back from the autumn Steam sale so that I could stream them. And I've been sitting on them for however the heck it's been since all of that. I did not expect it to take this long for you to finally sit down and figure everything out. But I'm glad I finally did. And I'm glad that I am finally among the ranks of the Lacunation project and I can officially start streaming. Hopefully I'll be entertaining enough for people who watch. I do have predecessors of the other 3 members. Although, I do think everyone kind of died during Christmas break. Or during Christmas. The break of Christmas. since I've been kind of trying to look when Aspen, Ren, or Haru are streaming, and I think the last time any of them streamed was like 2 weeks ago. I don't know what happens. I'm glad that Ren and Haru showed up here, because I now know that you guys aren't dead outside of like sending out a tweet every once in a while. And even then I can't really double check that because I rarely check Twitter, and I don't think I will be anytime soon. I think the only way you can get me to start regularly checking Twitter is if it's like I have like something I need to market for a decent amount, or and something that I want to do. Winter's a slave driver. Sorry to say that. I guess he's just a cold guy. You think Winter would be more chill, though? I don't know. It is kind of interesting if you try and like sit down and think about what do you think the personality traits that would be tied into when it comes to like the 4 seasons. Like, what did you expect? When the Laku Nation project like initially came out, or like it sent out that first tweet of, hey, there's we're planning on taking some more male VTubers, and you know we're looking for like these specific personality traits for each one. And I remember we talked about this too, right? We talked about the personality traits a while back. And how freaking broad they are. I don't even remember them, to be completely honest. But I think Summer was happy with me at the very least. But then again, he's happy with a lot of things, especially when he's drunk. Work's gotta get done somehow. Yeah, fair. I'm just glad that, you know, we're all kind of out there now, even if no one's been doing anything the past, like, 2 weeks. You know, someone's gotta get streaming done, you know? I don't think anybody has, like, a set stream schedule except for you, and you didn't even follow it that well. With good reason, of course. But, I think everyone's mostly just focusing on, like, oh, I'm gonna stream in, like, 2 days, or I'm gonna stream tonight. People, please, like, come in, have fun. We have cookies. Or in Haru's case, we have a cult. It do be that way, huh? It really do be that way. I'll, hopefully in the future we'll start doing stuff, like, together, since all 4 of us are debuted. I think it would be really cool if we could get all 4 of us to do something. It doesn't even have to be like a game. We could literally just sit down and talk about crap. Because honestly, I think that just Aspen being there will be content. That man is something else. I guess the only problem would be like if all 4 of us would be streaming, we would be pretty much catering towards an English audience, unless Aspen is like muting himself and speaking in Thai on his own, which would be, you know, kind of meh on its own. But I think we're all going to have to put in a little bit of effort as to how things are gonna go in the future. I do have some interesting ideas, but I'll talk about them later. Frick, I have to prepare for the stream tomorrow. I have to make a thumbnail after this. Gosh freaking dang it. Why did I choose YouTube? I guess it was either I have to make thumbnails every single time I want to stream, or I have to make banners for, like, you know, donation, like, information, and all that stuff for Twitch. And I don't know which one is worse. I guess my issue with making the banners would be how much of a pain it would be to make those look nice as somebody who does not touch stuff like this, when in the case of this I can just kind of ask friends to draw stuff for me. Or have a omnipotent god who can conjure up a beach for me. In which case I could sit here and complain about the sand that's getting between my toes and that I track into my room. Cheer up. Yeah, I'm cheered up. I'm cheered up. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah, this will be archived, and I think most of my streams will be archived. I might do like gorilla ukulele screaming streams or something in the future that I'll unarchive. I don't think those are even necessary to have. Actually, I don't think it's even necessary for me to unarchive anything. Just because if I stream, I don't know how many people are going to be watching, and I think it'd probably be better for me to just take the L, or take the copyright, and I try to like bring as many people, or attract as many people as possible, and have as much content on my channel as possible. Dang, if I have to make a gorilla stream, I still have to make a thumbnail. Can I pay someone to do that? Just make thumbnails for me? No, I mean, I could technically pay people to make fan art, or not technically. Is it fan art if I pay someone to do it? That's just art, right? That's just commissioned art. I can commission art for every single thumbnail, and I'll be broke. I will lose more money than I am gaining, even though I already lost more money than I gained from this whole thing. Not like that's the whole point of this anyways. I never expected to... Every single penny that I put into making this happen, I was not expecting to get back. This is more so like, it'll be a cool experience. I can meet new people. I can hopefully make people laugh or smile, or, you know, make fun of me or make a fool of myself and have people laugh at that. I'll play games that I enjoy, and hopefully that's enjoyable to other people. And we're gonna have a good time. And I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, because I've been live for 1 hour and 49 minutes. And I ended my whole presentation thing 50 minutes ago. So maybe you are right. Maybe I am having a midlife crisis. Just make a stick figure man figure with your, or just make a stick man figure with your hair boom beautiful art. That's the problem. I can't draw my own hair. Who do you think I am? I can't draw. I can't draw. It can't happen. I can't even draw hair on a stick figure. I can only make bald stick figures. That's it. That's the extent of my art. If we ever manage to gather people to like play Gartic Phone or something, expect a lot of stick figures with garbage hair. Or like the same hair. That works too. I'm more in it for the memes than for... Or I'm more in it for when I play Gartic Phone or like Drawful or any of the drawing based games that you play with other people. I'm in it for the memes, not for the actual drawing. And if there happens to be somebody that can draw well in that group of people, props. Good for them. I can get to see good art while making a fool of myself at the same time. I guess that's content though. A lot of things can be content. I hope you didn't hear that. My phone ringing, or my phone's notification sound. Actually, I don't know why I didn't. I hope that you guys didn't hear that. Doesn't matter. Probably not. What the heck was the notification? Let me double check this real quick. It's nothing. It's just the game notification, because I do play mobile games sometimes. I can't blame you. I struggled so hard drawing your hair on that little stick, dude. I'm ashamed to say it took me 15 minutes to get it to look half right. 15 minutes? That's impressive. What the fudge? What the heck is this? I understand that, like, you know, there's like higher ends of, or like when it comes to artists, there's like a huge spectrum of like what's considered good and bad art. And like when you're in the art, when you're in the like community of like drawing and stuff, and you're not like as good as like the top artists, it's like difficult to like, how should I say, like sell yourself. Because, you know, I do that a lot, where it's like I compare myself with the highest, like the top of things I do, Like when I swam, for example, I used to compare myself to like freaking Michael Phelps. And I'm like, dang, I'm garbage compared to Michael freaking Phelps, but of course I'm garbage compared to Michael Phelps. Like everyone's garbage compared to Michael Phelps. Or like other really good swimmers. Michael Phelps is the first name that pops into my head because he's the only Olympic swimmer that I know, because I totally do not follow professional sports or anything of the sort. Yeah, that's actually one thing that people are probably gonna have to learn about me, which is I have grew up under a rock, so there's gonna be a lot of stuff that I don't know, a lot of references that I don't know. I'm gonna be slowly figuring things out as we go. It's gonna be great. I hope. I really hope. I really, really hope. It is nice though that there are some people stopping by at the very least, and hopefully some will stick around. Who knows? We'll see. I still need mods. Oh, wait. I still don't even think about that now that I think about it. I do need mods, huh? I'm not gonna think about it. I'll think about it later. On top of a lot of other things, like making thumbnails. Oh boy. Dang. Just like me thinking about all this other stuff I have to do is gonna be a pain, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Be your own mod god. For now it's fine because I only have like 3 people watching, so I could most definitely keep track of 3 people, right? It's just 3 people, just 3. That's it. And if one person starts spamming, cool. Nobody else is typing. I could probably, like, you know, get rid of like stuff like that. And honestly, it's probably fine like this. I'll probably mod, like, you know, the LCN members at the very least. Wait, I need to mod you guys. How do I do that? Wait, I don't even know if you guys are still here, but I need to mod you guys. How does one do this? Do I click on this? Does this do anything? I don't know. Wait, what have I done? I clicked on something and something happened. I need to figure this out. Wait, how do I mod people? How does YouTube work? I need to mod. Okay, so I think I need to mod. At the very least, I need to mod my LCN members because you guys wouldn't mess with me, right? Right? We're gen mates, right? You guys wouldn't do that to me, right? I'll take my own word for it. You won't do it. I don't know. I'll do things on my own for now, and if I ever hit my goal of hitting like 100 viewers, actually probably way before then. If I hit like 30 or 40 viewers, I'll probably have to start finding mods or asking people to be mods. Hey Ori, you want? There's some volunteer work I have for you. Are you interested? Actually, never mind. You just said, quick, everyone go wild. That's not what I want from a mod. That's not what I want from a mod. I need people who are diligent, can put their foot down and not cause a ruckus. Oh, I think at this point a ruckus would be fun. What, like 3 people spamming poogers? I don't know why, that just makes me very... I don't know why that's so funny to me. Oh boy. Don't expect that from me, by the way. I am never non-ironically saying like poggers or anything of the sort. That is going to be a pure joke thing I'm going to do, and that is not going to go any further than that. I hope. I really hope. You know, now that I think about it, people do change with Twitch. Or not just Twitch, but like YouTube and streaming. Like how... I know there's a streamer a while back that I was following, and he was like as innocent as could be. Like he would sit there, he would play League of Legends, and he would never swear. and he was like a very nice, honest to good guy. And then within a year of streaming, he was swearing like every single sentence. Like, he used to like go out of his way to like say like freaking and stuff. Like, he would be like, oh, that's so freaking dumb. But then that very quickly turned into, you know, pain. But it very quickly turned into like legitimate swearing and stuff. Just like, tell your lies, man. It's not a lie. At the very least, I'll keep my no swearing thing a thing. That's just a part of my personality, actually. I don't have to like struggle to not swear. I just don't swear, so that's one thing. If you ever have issues with, I don't know, streaming with no earbuds in or something, don't worry, I will not be yelling out profanities. I will be screaming though. Not like legitimate like screams of anger, for example, but definitely I will be doing some screams. Oh, I just know I'm gonna swear on stream when I go live on YouTube. Twitch, I'm scared to say anything. YouTube, I think I can go. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. I won't change too much. I think, honestly, if I become more cultured, like if people come into chat, like people I don't know come into chat and start teaching me like words. Like I recently learned about bussin'. And drip and like, you know, what the cool kids are be saying these days. Yeah. Thank you, Ren. Yeah, actually, yeah, Ren was the one who taught me. we were in a Discord, Haru, Ren, and I, and we were talking about, or it was initially just a quick meeting, like a quick meet and greet, because it was our first time talking with one another. So it was all Aspen was there too, actually, but he didn't talk as much. But it was just us four in a Discord call, and so we were talking about like how we wanted like streams and stuff to go like moving forward. And one thing we talked about was like language and like text talk and like, you know, the way people are talking now. And they mentioned like, oh, you know the word busted? I was like, what the heck does that mean? Because you know what, Ori, you're right. I am uncultured swine. Or swan? Oh, that's a swan, not swine. I don't know if I'm supposed to feel like good about that. It's like I'm uncultured, but I'm a beautiful swan, serenely resting on top of the water. Yeah, no, that doesn't fit me at all. Just call me a swine, Rory, just do it. It's what I am! Oh boy. Just me like sitting here and talking, just, I don't know why. As I said before, I'm very easily amused, and just like this amuses me. Very much so, actually. Let me correct myself. Ah, you gonna do it? Do it. Do it to me. Let me have it. Oh god, there you go. There you go. Headless piece of... No, nothing. You're not headless anymore, so that doesn't apply anymore anyways. You know, I was thinking, like, from me saying that, like, ah, yes, please call me uncultured swine. I swear to God, I'm not a masochist. Actually, interestingly enough, a while back I talked about this with some people I know. Which is, like, if you're on the spectrum of being an S or an M, where would you lie? And I don't know. I think we like called each other out a little bit, and people think I would be a switch. Which I can kind of see. I do bully people sometimes, but I'm also not... I also get bullied a lot too. Actually, now I think about that, that's literally what Red and I do. I guess it depends if you think inside everybody There's an S/M/switch. You can't make fun of me for having no body anymore. Well, at the very least, I could still make fun of you for being Mr. Turner. I could make fun of you and keep mentioning the word Dinkelberg. Unsure how much Mr. Turner you can channel inside yourself. Oh god. I told you, I'm very easily amused. I don't know why I'm laughing so much. If this was like actual like strangers, like people I don't know, I would never laugh this much. But because I'm talking in my room to a box where words sometimes show up next to names, everything's okay. I can laugh all I want, and people can silently judge me, but it doesn't feel like it. Whoa, wait, this is actually like the power of a VTuber, what the heck? I understand now. I literally have anime on my side. Oh boy, that feels, putting it that way though feels really weird. I am an actual anime boy. I need to sit down and process this for a little bit. Did you prep your voice days ahead, by the way? Not really. I wasn't planning on like faking a voice at the very least. Like I wasn't planning on prep your. Oh, do you mean like setting, like having a voice, like voice acting, like trying to act out my character with like a certain voice? Or are you talking about like talking a lot and actually like killing your voice? I wasn't planning on like faking a voice, if that's what you were asking. And as for prepping my voice days ahead, well, the thing is, I talk to myself a lot. Anyways, like I talk a lot anyways. I can talk a lot. Okay, yeah, okay, that's what you mean. I mean like talk. Okay. No, I already talk quite a bit. If you couldn't, I don't know if it's very prevalent, like with me just talking like this, what do I seem more like an introvert or an extrovert? Because how should I say? When I was talking with my manager the other day, she thought I was an extrovert when we first talked. I told her no. No, I'm not. But it's weird to say if there's a I think there's a spectrum between introversion and extroversion. I'm more on the introvert side, but I'm definitely not that far in. Like, I'm more closer to the middle, I would say. So among my friend group, and you know, being a video game nerd myself, a lot of the video game nerds that I play with are mostly introverts. Especially recently, there was a person in my friend group, or in one of my friend groups, that was like the most extroverted out of all of us. But you know, he got a girlfriend and left the rest of us single bachelors alone. So you know, I haven't talked to him in a while. But among my friend group, I'm probably one of the more extroverted ones. So I end up talking a lot more sometimes. Of course, not all the time. Like they do talk. Like they're the more kind of introverts that talk a lot among close friends, and you know, so I'm not like talking all the time. But like when I'm in friend groups, I'm the one that talks a lot. When I play games by myself, especially when I play like TFT, Teamfight Tactics, it's a very like a strategy based game, and so I find it really easy to put my thoughts together when I'm actually talking out loud instead of just thinking. I think there's like some science behind that. I don't actually know. I assume there is. I definitely heard about it at some point, but I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert on it. But I definitely can sit down and like not say anything or do anything, because I can sit down and read silently for hours and I'd be content. But sorry, I still have a little bit of a stuffy nose, so let me take a sip of my tea real quick. Where was I? Oh yeah, another thing that just happened that I was worried about. My forgetfulness. Oh, I can be very airheaded, and it's not like a oops teheh kind of thing, or I guess it kind of is like that, but I'm not trying to like build it up as a character trait for you guys to make fun of me for. Well, you guys will make fun of me for it anyways, but it is something that I have. I can be very clumsy for the stupidest things. Sorry, I got introvert from you, but not too far, closer to the center as you said earlier. I will especially. You already do, but I get back at you anyway, so you know it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything will be fine. You know, while I'm sitting here not doing anything and talking about random stuff, I should probably post my schedule, or my stream schedule. And not my League of Legends Riot Games schedule, the legitimate one. Well, everything will be up here anyways, or archived at the very least, but I do want to get everything started as soon as I can. And who knows, maybe people will think what I'm doing will be interesting. I don't want to gather people based off of the games I play though. I want to focus, for now, I want to be a variety streamer. I'm down with, like, if I find a game down the line that I really like and I want to stick with for a long period of time, I'm down to actually, like, settle, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I'm okay with just bouncing around a lot. You know, getting collabs, playing games here and there, just not really, like, focusing in on 1 or 2 games. You might see some games more often than others. Like, I'm definitely going to be playing a lot of roguelikes. I just really like the genre, and I think I put it down on my page too. Or on my info page. That is up on the stream if any of you guys want to go back, if anyone new is here. Hi, by the way. How do I check that? I wish there's a way I could check who's in my chat, but I can't find a way to do that. And I know there's a way for Twitch, but I don't know if I can do that on YouTube. I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I swear to God, my future self is gonna hate me, because I keep telling myself I'm gonna figure it out, but that's for future me, not me, not of the present. So I'm definitely going to be getting some verbal lashings from myself in like 1 hour. Hey yo, I just got bullying rights. Let's go. Sorry, I like see these messages, but I'm not like registering them because I'm caught up in my own talking. That's something I'm going to have to fix. Never figured out. Hey yo, I just got bullying rights. Let's go. Yes, but no. I have equal amounts of offense and defense. Actually, my offense is probably at like a 40 while my defense is at 50. Actually, no, they're both at 40, I would say. I'm bad at both. But you can bully me, sure. Or verbally judge me or whatever. I'll get you back, though. Honestly, though, you could probably get away with making fun of me on Twitter, and I'll never see it because I never check Twitter. So go wild with that. But if you do want me to see art, just like, I don't know, tag it with my art tag and I'll check it like once a week or something. I'm not expecting too much fan art as of right now though. I'm gonna sit tight, look pretty, make fun of myself, get made fun of, and rake in the fun. I never figured it out on Twitch. I think I did accidentally, but was very confused, so I forgot. I think you can literally see the viewers like as a viewer, or you can see who's watching as a viewer. I assume it would be similar on Twitch, but I don't know what the overlay looks like when you're streaming on Twitch. I assume it's similar, but at the very least, you should be able to like watch your own stream as a viewer and then just click on the button. No? I don't know. I wouldn't know. I'm just a lowly YouTube streamer that's worrying about freaking thumbnails and mods and oh wait, Twitch also has mods, but there's actually no reason for me to worry about mods at all as of right now, just because There's no one here except for like a couple of people. Thank you for being here, by the way. And for those who actually watch this whole VOD, God thank you. God bless you for watching all 2 hours of this VOD. Not for me. I think it depends on what streaming software you use and such. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I do use I'm using Streamlabs, and it's a godsend. It makes things so much easier for my tiny brain. Actually, I don't know if my brain is tiny. People think I'm smart, and I think to a certain degree I am. But I think my brain is the epitome of that meme of like, oh, like I made a lot of calculations. Wait, how did it go? No, it was I made a calculated move, but boy am I bad at math. I think my brain is the equivalent of that. Like I can think a lot, I can think about a lot of things, but they can just end up being wrong. I can be wrong about a lot of things. And I think that'll be content in and of itself. I also do dumb things too, so you know, we'll see how things go. I do hope that when it comes to streaming, I'll just be able to sit down, say, hey, this game looks cool, I want to stream it, and just stream it. But I do understand that if I want to gather a following, it's best if I actually play popular games. Hence why my first stream is Ruined King, because it came out recently. And then after that is... Wait, what does come after that? Wait, I forgot my own stream schedule. It's Hades. I think it was Hades, which is also a popular game. And then after that, I think it's Tales of Symphonia, which no one will probably care about, except for, like, people that know me already. I don't think I'm gonna gather, like, anybody during my Tales of Symphonia stream because I'm playing Tales of Symphonia. Or maybe I will. Maybe there's like a couple of people that are like, oh, it's been a while since I played that game. Or like, oh, I'm interested in that game, but I don't want to play it. But those are also going to be VOD watchers, I think. Okay, I said I would end the stream 30 minutes ago. And then I got caught up with talking about stuff. Anyways, I said it before. I don't know if anyone new is still here. But I do have another stream tomorrow at 19 o'clock EST. 19 o'clock EST and 0 o'clock UTC. Should I repeat that in Japanese? I don't think it matters, does it? I feel like everybody who watches me should know English. But then you got caught up bullying me. Not really. Kind of, but not really. I didn't bully you for 30 minutes straight, Ori. I did it for like, what, 2 minutes? Maybe 5 at most. Talk about a lot of stuff. Mostly just, you know, worrying about everything I need to do now that I've started streaming. Like, making a okay, we're done with that. Japanese only stream. Actually, that would be kind of fun. I'd be down to do that if I have, like, a Japanese following. Like, or people that... like at least 1 or 2 people that speak Japanese, because that way I'll have people who understand the broken crap that's coming out of my mouth. Because I think that'll be more interesting that way. Gonna be forever bitter about them. I'll get used to it eventually. Like, once I treat it as like something I have to do, I'll probably end up doing it. Or I'll just completely ignore it and end up like making one like 10 minutes before each stream. Which I should not be doing because I need to schedule these things because it's YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Ha 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 ha. I'm glad that worked. Or the waving head thing. I wasn't sure how well my camera would be able to catch that, so I'm glad that I can do it. Oh my gosh. Just me sitting here, I can have so much fun just staring at my model and doing stupid things. But I'm glad I got that out of the way before I started streaming. Okay, no, we're done. I've talked enough. I know I can definitely tangent for like another 30 minutes about random crap. I am going to stop streaming now. I'll just do the whole like announcement stuff. I have a stream tomorrow. I will be streaming every single day from now until the 9th, except for the 8th. I have stuff prepared for that day, and by that I mean nothing. I'm doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. So the next stream will be tomorrow at 19 o'clock EST or 0 o'clock UTC. I would appreciate if more people could come, both people here and people who watch the 1 or 2 people who will watch this VOD all the way up until this point. God bless you if you did do that. I'm not religious, by the way. I'll be posting my stream schedule as soon as I finish uploading this VOD. I actually don't know how that works. We'll see how this works, actually. As soon as the stream ends, I will upload it both in the YouTube community and in Twitter. So if you, for some reason, subscribe to me, you'll hopefully see that in your feed. Otherwise, you could just check it. I will mostly be throwing my polls and stuff in my community stream stuff. Yeah, thank you for coming by, for everybody who is here, was here, and will be here. Yeah, so thanks for coming. I'll end the stream off here. No more delaying this. I've delayed this long enough. Yeah, this was fun. This was genuinely fun. I didn't think I would enjoy my debut stream as much as I did, but this was pretty fun. I enjoyed talking about myself and nothing, and lamenting and getting bullied. The normal things in life that matter. I know, Ori. I will end things off. Thank you for coming. See you guys tomorrow.